Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought that I would do the Milso Tag, I don't think it's a challenge, but a Milso Tag video. I haven't seen anybody do these in a while, but I haven't done one and I think it would be fun to do one. For those of you who don't know, my name is Tatum. I am married, my husband's name is Chris, and he's in the military. So I thought it'd be fun to do one of these videos. I've kind of been watching them on YouTube lately, even though they are older, but I thought it'd be fun to do one. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about me and my husband, stay tuned. Okay, so information. My husband obviously is in the military. He is a United States Marine. And he has been in for about 4 years. But questions are on my phone, so I'm gonna answer them. Question number 1, how did you and your spouse meet? Me and Chris met my sophomore year of high school, his junior year of high school. We had known about each other and we knew each other kind of, but we started like really getting to know each other in my lifetime PE class. I needed a badminton partner and he volunteered. How old were you when you two met? I was 15 and I want to say he was 16, going on 17. How long have you been together? We've been together for 6 years together and 2 years married. Where are you and your spouse originally from? We are from Michigan. How did you feel about him joining the military? At first I want to say I was a little nervous. I didn't really like the idea, but I knew that's what he wanted to do and I knew that was one of his dreams, so I supported him through it. Where did your spouse go to basic training? He went to Paris Island in South Carolina. Has your spouse ever been deployed? Yes, we are currently going through our first deployment. Ever been to his promotion ceremony? I have never been to Brucey. I have never been to either one of his promotion ceremonies. He is a corporal and I wanted to go to his corporal pinning and I had the day off of work and everything and I told him to call me before his, I wanted to go to his corporal pinning, but I told him to call me and he works like 30 minutes from our house and he called me 15 minutes prior to it starting. And I wasn't even ready, had my pajamas on still. Can you stop? And he works 30 minutes away, so I didn't end up getting to go. So I was a little bummed out about that. How long have you been a military wife? I have been a military wife for 2 years. So as long as we've been married. Did you marry him before or after he joined? I married him after he joined. He had already been in for like a year or so. Year or two in, and we got married. He came home for Christmas one year and he proposed. How did your husband propose? He proposed to me at my family's Christmas in 2017. He proposed in front of my family. Where did you get married? We got married back in Michigan. We got married in my aunt's living room, which honestly I wouldn't have wanted anything different. Next question, how old were you two when, could you stop? How old were you two when you got married? Oh boy, I was 19 and he was 21, 20? He's a year and 6 months older than me, so he was 21, he had just turned 21, no, he was 21. He had just had his 21st birthday the weekend he came home for our wedding. So he had just turned 21 because in February it's like Valentine's Day, his birthday, our wedding anniversary. So he had just turned 21. Did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? No, unfortunately he didn't. We do plan on having, like most military couples, we do plan on having a big like wedding when a couple years down the road I want to say at like our 5-year mark, we're going to kind of do like a renewal of the vows and have like an actual big wedding. And I do want him to wear his blues on that day. But this time around, he just wore nice clothes. Next question is, where are you and your spouse currently stationed? We are currently stationed on Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. Do you live on base? Yes, we do. And I love living on base. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means like field ops or like deployments or something, but the first time when we got married in February of 2018, he was home for like 4 days. We got married in those 4 days, and then he came back down to North Carolina, and we were apart for like a month, and then I came down for spring break for like a week, and then I want to say 2 weeks after that I moved down here, and then living down here for like 2-3 months, and then he left again for another training that was a month long. Then he came home, and then he had random field ops here and there, and this is like our first big, like, he's deployed and I'm here. Like, this is our first, like, besides like me living back home and like doing long distance that way, I want to say this is like our first big like separation besides us, like me being in Michigan and him being down here. I think that's what that's asking. The next question is, what is your favorite base so far? I'm gonna say Camp Lejeune. We haven't lived anywhere but Camp Lejeune, and honestly, a lot of people don't like Camp Lejeune, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I like living here. Do you think your husband looks good in his uniform? Of course, always, every uniform. Do you think the military life is more advanced than civilian life? I mean, technically I'm considered a civilian. I'm not enlisted or anything. I'm just the spouse. And personally, I feel like he has it harder. I don't know. He does a lot of different things that I don't do. I am a teacher. I am an early Head Start teacher, so I take care of 1- and 2-year-olds. I will tell you that I personally feel like being a spouse, like my family back home doesn't know a lot of the, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I definitely have things like a little bit different. Things are a little bit different than when I was like living back home. Like, I don't know. I feel like the military life is more advanced. I don't really know what that question is. But, do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in it for the benefits, so. Do you have a lot of military wife friends? I honestly have like 3 friends. I feel like it's kind of hard to make friends with military spouses. I have 3 really close friends that I hang out with all the time. And then like my husband's friends, like they're always over here, and I consider them my friends, but wives, I only have like 3. A lot of Chris's friends had girlfriends, and I consider myself friends with them, but they don't live here. They live in different states. But I find it's hard to make friends with with quite a few military spouses. I don't know, people always are kind of just, they want, like, a lot of people say that they want friends, and then when you go to like reach out to them, like, I don't know, they get shy. And don't get me wrong, I get shy too. I get nervous when people are like, oh, like hang out, and I'm like, the anxiety. But I got like 3 friends. What's the hardest part of military life? Honestly, I feel like we've been very blessed with everything that has happened in the military. I really haven't had me and Chris really haven't been like apart. Like this is his first deployment, so we haven't had multiple deployments. I feel like we've had it, I don't know, pretty easy than some other families, I want to say. But I want to say deployment is definitely one of the hardest. It's something that I wasn't used to. Like, I was used to him going away for field ops, and we've done long distance before. The first 2 years of him being in the military was long distance. But I want to say deployment's the hardest, just because he's in a different time zone. It's very difficult to talk sometimes. And we're quite quite a few thousand miles away from each other, but that just makes homecoming even more special. So other than that, I don't really think there's anything super difficult about the military life. I will say though, like, them telling you something and then it changing 2 seconds later, that makes me mad. They'll be like, oh yeah, we have like this field op, and then the next day be like, oh yeah, it's canceled. And they'll be like, well, how am I supposed to plan anything? Planning, that's what I meant to say. Like, planning in the military is very difficult. So yeah. The next question is, do you own military wife stuff? Of course I do. I have quite a few Marine Corps shirts. I have a water bottle with the Marine Corps logo on it. I do have a shirt or two that say Marine wife. My lanyard for my keychain says our last name, and it's in his camis print. So I do. The next question, or the last question is, do you support your spouse as a member of the military? I absolutely support my spouse and everything that he does in the military. I am very proud of him, and he knows that. I am very proud of everything he's accomplished, and I think he is a great Marine, and everything that he's been through, I am very, very proud of him, and I hope he always knows that. I hope he always remembers that. I will always support him in any military decision that he makes. So, if you are a military, that was all of the questions. If you're a military spouse, I want you guys to do the tag as well. Like I said, I know a lot of people haven't really been doing them, but I've been watching a lot of them on YouTube because quarantine, and I don't really have anything else better to do. So, I think you guys should do the challenge. I think it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the questions. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you hit that subscribe button for more videos. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!